Well, welcome to another version, another episode, another moment of time with me here on Survival of the Fittest is the soup du jour. So, I had to put a little intro music on today because I dig this like retro style, like cumbias that are making their way back into like the mainstream, like in Argentina. And also, I'd like to say hello to our friends in Argentina. We actually got a message from someone in Buenos Aires who is listening to the podcast. So, salud a Buenos Aires y que pues ya tú sabes, you know, I don't want to start trying to give you my really bad Argentine accent, but ya sabe, saludos a Buenos Aires. Also, a big cheers and hello to all our friends across America, from New York to Los Angeles, from Canada to Puerto Rico. Hello. And of course, all our friends in the subcontinent. I used to love that about the Blues Brothers. I mean, I'm maybe dating myself, but the Blues Brothers were great because they would always say, I mean, Cab Calloway would come out and say like, yeah, the most famous, the most radical, and famous in the subcontinent, the Blues Brothers. But the subcontinent always kind of sounded funky to me, even though we know it's like India. You know, I'm sure if I was a cricket player or if I had cricket scores, we'd be more popular in India, but we go on. So anyways, let's see here. It's the new year. Ding dong, it happened. 2020 is history. 2021 looks good. I'm already feeling right. I feel excited. I see that, I think everyone needed the new year. We'll see what it brings. There's no guarantees. We all know that. We're all clear, but I think staying positive and just kind of willing the goodness to happen will will it forward, and we will will it into greatness. So, 2021 looks good to me. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been working like crazy. The restaurants have been super busy, which is great. Once again, can I complain? I mean, I got to think, I just got to be, it's such a blessing to have these restaurants doing well and really just kind of do what we do, just get to cook. And, restaurant trends, that's what I've been like trying to figure out. What are the trends lately? Can someone like DM us some of their favorite trends they see in restaurants and in dining, whether they be fast casual or, well, I doubt there's much fine dining going on, even though, all dining is fine dining if you ask me. I like to have fun when I dine, but food is fine. Food is awesome, so I like to, even when I'm just kind of feeling like eating something quick, like una empanada. Oh, shout out once again to our friends in Argentina for their great empanadas. Un pastelillo. Gracias, Piñones, for making the best pastelillos, and o un taquito. And dare I say thank you, Los Angeles. Jamás, Mexico City. Gracias por los taquitos. And, it's just always, it's always good to just kind of eat great food. So, I'm always I'm always in search of great food. Right now, actually, one of my little, favorite little pizza shops down the street is going to bring over some pies. Because, of course, Orlando Brewing sent us a pony keg again, and we're drinking beer here with Havoc Media, my friend Rick. And, the beer's flowing. Once again, thanks to Orlando Brewing, veteran-owned, which I think is very important to mention because that's important to me. So salud to John and all the great beer technicians at Orlando Brewing, and thank you for the beer. And speaking of, I might as well just get myself a sip. So, There's something to be said about keg beer. Something to be said about Orlando Brewing as well. I mean, I've gotten a lot of beer, and I just love their beer. So I'm working on a couple of things. I'd like to come up with something like, whenever I have like tacos or anything like that, I want like the classic Mexican style beer. But when it's cold weather out, and I'm going to have a beer, I want it to have sort of a flavor of something rich and nice, like coffee. And, like mixing a coffee with the beer is kind of like where I'm at right now. And I'm wondering it'll be similar to like when you would do shots of tequila and do Red Bulls. It could be. I don't know about that. Or an Irish car bomb. In fact, that's another thing I love to talk about, our cocktails. So we can talk about, all kinds of different cocktails. So you got to start DMing us a little more like just some spicier questions. How's that? I mean, our questions have been good, but you know what? The recipes are fine, and I always love to give the cooking tips because that's what it's all about, really, ultimately. But I want to hear about your favorite cocktails. I want to hear about your favorite late night dining. I want to hear about your favorite cereal. So let me know, because these are all the things that really kind of drive us to want to eat and drive us to want to, like go to restaurants, whether it be like, one time I actually went to a restaurant and they had this like, the frozen deep fried ice cream, but they crusted it in Fruity Pebbles. And of course, there's something about, those flavors that take me back to my youth that I absolutely dig, So when someone says to me, oh, we have deep fried ice cream, but it's crusted with Fruity Pebbles, I say to myself, yeah, bring that. Just bring it. Don't worry. I don't care, So it's been kind of, the new year. It happened. I said goodbye to the 2020. We're doing just a little dinner, no big deal. Came home, did some shots, fireworks everywhere, wherever there's a lot of people living in Orlando is a pretty populated area, and it's a lot of fun. I love Orlando. There was fireworks going off everywhere, even though it was like no fireworks for New Year's, people just are people. So fireworks going off everywhere. And I just decided to come home and do a couple of shots and really just kind of ring in the new year, really kind of calm, like unlike my past New Year's where I've kind of gone way off the deep end, but, and then just kind of discarded January 1st altogether. My new year, it started, but life actually begins on the 2nd of January. The 1st is pretty much recovery mode. But this year I took it kind of a little slower, and there was a moment where I kind of thought, whoa, bro, what's going on? Are you like ready to cash it in? Are you ready to and really no, on the contrary, I just kind of wanted to be a moment of reflection. 2020 was 2020, enough said, and I wanted to just reflect on the possibilities of what's coming our way. What can I do? Where can I find myself this? All right, I was going to go ahead and put another cumbia on for all of y'all, but instead I just went ahead and had that slice of pizza. And, I shouldn't share the name because it's such good takeout pizza. It's Giovanni's in Lake Nona, and it is delish. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm having slices of pizza. I stopped so I can talk with y'all, but of course, Orlando Brewing, just washing all that deliciousness down with Orlando Brewing. That's where it's at. So I continue here. Let me get a sip of this. I don't even remember what I was saying, but was it about? Anyways, it doesn't matter because the pizza was good. And, and I'd have to say, if you're going to get food delivery, and we're all doing a lot of food delivery these days, you're pretty much going to stop anything you're doing. Now, here's the question. You're on a Zoom meeting with your boss, and the pizza shows up, or your favorite Chinese takeout, it shows up, or whatever. Ultimately, do you tell your boss, hey, I gotta pick up my food and stop the Zoom meeting? I don't know. You know what? The best thing about my job, there's not a whole lot of Zooming going on. It's about salt and pepper still, and I dig that. So. No Zoom here, baby. All right, but we'll cook the food and keep you Zooming all you need, or in your office or wherever. I think, our relationships with, our guests in the restaurant business, the relationship with the guests now has changed so much because of, this new dynamic we're living with. And, people are really sharp with their takeout now. They're really expect a lot. They expect it hot, fast. They expect it perfect. They want it just as nice as they saw on Instagram. And, you're like, it's takeout. But, it once again, challenges what makes you better at what you do. And that's part of our business now. Takeout is such a huge part of the restaurant business that you kind of have to do it right. You have to get the right packaging. You have to, then start to study the idea of advertising on your packaging. How do you best send your message, your vision? Because you used to do it in the dining room. You used to do it with your servers and, the accuracy of the kitchen and the speedy and, clever ways of the bus team, and the bartenders, impressing you with great drinks and getting you drunk. But now all these things, for some people it's still there, but for many it's really not. Many people have decided to just stay home and get their favorite things delivered or take out. And, you have to kind of study, where do I best send my message? When it's takeout, how do I express what it is that I'm thinking? Before the expression was within the restaurant. Now you have to kind of make it to go, and it has to be in the packaging, and the packaging, obviously the food, and it's important. And so, once again, our lives are definitely moving forward, and we're definitely learning new ways and to stay relevant. How does a chef stay relevant in 2021? It's like, what? My goodness. I would have to say, continue to cook good, continue to find the right way, stick to your guns when it comes to what you want to cook, and make sure that you can share the story of why you cook what you cook. So ultimately, I think that's what's going to drive our business forward. Accept the to-go orders, make them as nice as possible, make them tasty. It's no longer just like, gee, I got to do this to-go order between all my, to-go orders have become part of the restaurant mainstay. So protect your guest, whether they be at home or in your dining room. Protect, the integrity of your restaurant by providing your guests great food. So that's what I have to say today. Remember, you are in it. You are in it to win it, and we are here. It's 2021, and remember, it's still survival of the fittest is the soup du jour. We'll see you soon, or we'll at least talk soon. How's that? Later.